Welcome to Center of Light Radio. Yeah, my sound was off. Hello, Steve Stone, Carmen, Shasha, Rob Cooley, Anna, Sani, Sana, Gail, Kelly on YouTube. Hi. So it's now happening. Starting Thursday, I'm going to get a Skype phone call from Gavin Lee Davies. We're going to start pushing for the new book release, worldwide distribution and publishing. Hello, Carol Benayos. Carol just invited me to be on her What the Fuck radio show. I'm looking forward to it. What the Fuck Wake Up? I think that's it. Carol, correct me if I'm wrong. Please feel free to post in here. Thursday, we're going to start the campaign. This is where I can really use my share warriors. My prayer warriors, my share warriors, my care warriors about this beautiful work, our beautiful work. So I'm going to be pushing this a lot. This is a very monumental stone for me. Monumental stone, milestone. Ooh, and I've been walking it a pretty mile for a long while. Center of light meaning tonight. Center of light meaning. And so, have you wondered what the and so is? And so, what is the meaning of life? Going in it. That boy good. What is the meaning of life? Is there really a meaning? And if there is, it has to be a delicious one. What else can it be? But is there something sweeter? Thank you, Sana. Center of light meaning. And so, ... to finish it. What is the meaning of life? No guru can tell you that. I might get close. Is there a heart on my head? What is the meaning of life? Hello, Peter Coyle, my brother. Carol says it's Wake the Fuck Up movement. I love it. Tonight is Center of Light meaning. And so, what is it? And if there is an it of it, how do we go about finding it? And how do we actually know we really have a hold of it? Is it possible? Is it something you can actually hold? Is it something that you were told? Do you feel bold enough to reach for the impossible? That is not so impossible as you begin to reach. Though it almost always will seem out of your reach. Is it really that thing you're reaching for that we think gives it meaning? Hello, Dana. What are we reaching for? A new house? You deserve a new house. A big new house, if that's what you want. You want a new car? You deserve a big, new, beautiful, brand new car. Seems like we're searching for things. I like things. That's why I came to Earth. I like things. I like this thing. I like this thing. I like doing this thing. It reminds me of something beyond this thing, this place we call Earth. I'm not in such a hurry to get back. I just want to bring what I know from there here, so I can have best of both worlds. The two sides of the brain, the hemisphere, coincides. And they begin to function fully. And you get to be your full self here now, in a full, powerful measure. Is that the meaning? Maybe. What is the meaning of life? Hello, Dana. Is there more than one meaning? Are they all the same meaning in different guises? And what does all that mean anyway? Does it mean anything? Peter Coyle says, I'm in the process to do not my house kitchen roof. To do not. My house, my kitchen roof fell down and all that hardware and all the hardware stores are closed and materials. It's not time to build yet, bro. I did a presentation recently on reestablishing the ancient church. Center of light anchor, my last presentation. Reestablishing the ancient church. I said I was going to read this mission statement, this declaration of the new divine establishment mantra, mission statement. You can repeat, you can take it in, repeat it with me later, say it with me later. You can say this every day. Declaration of the new divine establishment mantra, mission statement. I am, this applies to you speaking it or affirming it to yourself. I am a soul of divine light here on this planet to use my God-given abilities for peace and unity as an anchor for the prophecy of heaven on earth. I am that which is and will always be. My intent is to be conscious every moment, placing my feet on the path toward the kingdom of my divine birth. It is my birthright of which I now claim. Where I am from, there is no blame, shame, or game, as I am the sole provider, S-O-L-E-S-O-U-L, the sole provider of my infinite experience. No person, place, or thing can affect me in my essence, for I am invincible. My will is to forever move inward, upward, forward, toward the great central sun, S-U-N-S-O-N, the great central sun. I am that sun, S-U-N-S-O-N, or daughter. And because I give warmth and light to everything, I can never die. I am eternal. My divine principal parent is calling me homeward, and I must go. As I have patiently and powerfully taken steps for eons, I now find myself standing at the garden gate. With every breath, I cross the threshold and into the kingdom of forever. At last, I am at peace, for I am a child of the infinite light of God, and so it is. Amen. Hello, Melinda Reeves. Many blessings to you and your girls. I'm with you, dear. I feel you. Hi, Kelly Bauman. Cheryl Nash, hi. Tell Mom hi. Give her a big old chugga. I hope she's well. So tonight we're speaking about center of light meaning. Does life have a meaning? Is it a myriad of meanings? Is it possible that many different meanings can coexist? Or do they fall under the same umbrella as the single most meaning? But does that really exist? What does it look like? How will I know when I actually have it? Is it a thing that I can have? What is that thing? We're speaking about levels of God and creation that most people will never dabble. Let me say that again. What is the meaning of life? Is there a meaning to life? Or are there many meanings? Do they all have meaning? Or are there only fragments of the one infinite magical meaning? And if I had that, what would it look like? And could I even hold it? Is it something I can hold? And beyond all those things I just named, bullet pointed, is there possibly something else? And if you possibly think there's possibly something else, then there must be something else. You can't extrapolate, you can't pull in any idea thinking that you created it. You don't, oh my God, I just created this thought. Is it possible that something else exists? You didn't invent that thought, I'm sorry. The infinite of it all dropped that nugget into the cosmic current. It's always existed. There's always something else. Just when you think you've done all this work and got to the apex of it all, there's something else. And what does that really mean? We're going to get into all that. What is inside of this lesson, this time with you? What is inherent in this time with you? Is a nugget, is a Christmas present most people have never been given. Nor, if they were given it, that they actually took the time to unwrap it. They may have unwrapped it, but have they truly allowed themselves to unwrap to be able to receive it so that they can wrap themselves all up in it and to get everything it's worth? That's why people will tell you, I'd rather something you made with your hands, something you've created for Christmas, versus going buy me a blouse or some socks. Is that the meaning of life? Sounds a little better to me if there was such a thing. But there's something beyond all this. This is truly playing in the arena of God, postulating and wanting it, wanting that answer. What is the meaning? Is there a meaning? Whatever the meaning is. What if the meaning is there is no meaning? You see that paradox? What if the meaning of life is there is no meaning? Hello, beautiful Rena. So that sounds like I just don't. Are you trying to say I need to move into this? Nothing's important. Nothing matters. I really don't care. That's up to you. That is truly not what I'm referring to at all. But that's okay. If that's your meaning, to give nothing, it doesn't matter. It's all a play of words. It's all semantics. It's all true, but it's all false. So where does this go? It goes right here. The inquiry inward to find the thing that is not findable. And when you find it, what do you think it's going to look like? Do you think you might be able to touch it metaphorically? It's touched me, or I've touched the garment of God. What would that look like? Can you actually hold it longer than a holy instant? That is the holy instant. So is Jesus. So is Buddha. So is Krishna. So is anyone who's touched the garment. But I'm most interested in learning how to fashion or sew the garment. I want to reap what I've sown. Have I sown a beautiful tapestry in my life? Is that the meaning? And when I say I think it is, if there's something else, if I think there could be something beyond that, which I just called beautiful, and if I postulate, well, is there something beyond that? Then there must be. You keep blowing till you pop. And in a pop, there's an aha. That spirit, the breath that's inside of a balloon, I'm vesseling this. The air, the God air that you breathe in from Father, that you place inside of a balloon, the body, the container, when it gets popped open, when we get popped open, something gets released in that explosion, if you will, that explosion of light, that explosion of breath, that release, the air on the inside the balloon, as well to the air on the outside of the balloon, are now commingling again. There's no separation between the wall of the balloon, nor likewise with the body. What if that means everything? Well, if it did, your life story would be completely over and you would just disappear and never exist ever again. Hello, David Raper. It's good to see you. Central of Light tonight, we're speaking about meaning. And so what? And so on and on and on, etc. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Sounds like idle words, simple words. They become more than that when you truly understand what those words are conveying. Is that the meaning? I would say it's higher degrees of bliss. And if bliss is the direction, then that would be called meaning. I have something I'm meaning to do. My purpose. What is purpose? Could be another way of saying meaning. Another way of saying purpose and meaning is why. Why? What is this? Why? I want a meaning so I can understand it, so it can make sense to me. I want to give it a meaning. Everyone you meet without exception. Everyone, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every one person you meet, after so little time of knowing them, we all assign them a role. So you do this and that. You're a mechanic, so I know how to call since we had a good relationship and we just met, if my car goes down. So I already signed him a roll. And I trust you or I don't trust you, or whatever the dynamic might be between you and your new friend that you just met, guy, girl, both, a group of people. We've already assigned them a role, gave them their number. Please sit over there and wait till your call. For some people, that is true meaning, is to be living in such a place of what they think is authority, basically being in control. And those people who dwell in control are no different. In fact, it's the same coin, two different sides of drama. I want to be in control. My friend's not here, so I'm going to talk behind their back. So I'm going to yak, blah, 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 yada, 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 because I want to spin this person I'm telling all this knuckleheaded nonsense to, I want to spin their perception of John or Jane Doe by me being in control, by me being in drama, me being in all this stuff. Does that have meaning? It has meaning for a lot of people. Many people, all they know how to do is function in drama. Not because they're bad or mischief. Some people do it from that level, knowing what it is. And they mean to do it. Either way, it doesn't have to mean anything to you. You just step out of the way. Get out. Go somewhere else. Don't judge, or just stay there and enjoy your drink. It doesn't matter. It's not part of what you do until you give it meaning. Hello, Wendy. Center of light meaning. And so, July 31st, 2020, new book, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Thursday, I have my first meeting with Gavin Lee Davies in Wales, UK, about how we're going to lay down the groundwork for this marketing campaign. I really can use you. I could. And I will always give back, as I always do. So, I want to be spreading this stuff like wildfire. I'll give you what you asked for. Hangout time? Hell, I might call you and say, hey, look, I'm not having such a good day. I had a couple shots of tequila. Can I whine on your shoulder? It's good to see you, folks. I feel it. I'm sure many of you feel it. I have no doubt Dana feels it. I see that, and I gauge that by her level of consciousness of what she not only just post or repost in turn, she creates. She's tapping into the wellspring of that garden. She is definitely crossing the threshold. And she'll tell you, oh my God, she can't stop drinking that water from that fountain. It's like you had enough water, you're no longer thirsty. I'm not drinking because I'm thirsty. I like the taste of this water. I see a lot of you beautiful souls firing off things about how you want to change that which is around you, looking for meaning. But meaning is not what most people think. Nor will they find it where they think it is. Because when they get to where they think it is, they have no clue of what it is at all, because they still can't see it. Well, I wanted this thing and I thought if I got here I can, and they're still looking. So I got to this pinnacle, where is it? Obviously it's not there. So where would it be? The most unlikely place you would ever think to look. The meaning of life is within you. We'll get into that shortly. Dana says, thank you. Dana, you're welcome. I like acknowledging all my brothers and sisters. Kelly, Rena, posting birds and flowers. Oh my God. That is no different than what I'm doing or what Kelly's doing or anyone, Gail's doing, any of us. I saw a post by Cheryl today. Peter Coyle, always. So we're all doing the same thing said differently. I have just developed myself in such a way, at least for me, to where I don't have to have a job. I absolutely adore, love what I do. It brings me joy, and in turn, it gives me meaning, but there's always more. To pass this on, because the meaning for me of it all is what it did for me when I was in a very dark night of the soul. So I can't own it. I don't have a monopoly on it. So what is the meaning of life? Is there a meaning to life? Is there a myriad of meanings? Does one have more meaning than the other? Can they all coexist happily? I don't have to be better than you. You don't have to be better than me. All these meanings, they all just say, la, 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 la. Is there a meaning? Is the meaning no meaning at all? And if that would be true, what next? And so, is there more? If you ask the question of yourself, is there more when you think you've reached the end? There has to be more. There always has to be more. Welcome to the infinity of God. Gonna be right back. I got some reading to do from the Divine Principle. You are loved beyond measure. How about some? I adore this song. I just adore this song. I'm going to start recording my new album in the next couple of weeks. Got all my gear in. Really excited. Lavender Soul will be recording as well, but I'm going to do some solo Keith Blanchett work. You can bet it's going to be atmospheric. My son, Eden Sky, his 15-year-old birthday is tomorrow. He's a young man. I gave him $100 today. He goes, "What is that for?" I said, "Just count it for me." And he said, "All right, here you go." And I said, "Happy birthday." What is the meaning of life?
Celebrate. There's a time to love and a time to trust and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate that you are.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light, meaning and so it is. And so, etc. Que sera, sera. Jesus is the reason for the season. We've heard that. Is Jesus the meaning of life? I'm not saying it isn't. Is there something more? And if you think there could be something more, then there has to be something more. What is the meaning of life? Center of Light, meaning and so, from the Divine Principle, 1996. Spirit says you can live by Spirit's guidance or by human rationale. You can live in trust or live with anxiety and desperation. You can choose universal knowledge or planetary ignorance. You can invite peace and love into your heart or hold anger and fear in your gut. What's the meaning of life? Dear one, the duality that troubles you can end at any time because you have already evolved enough to realize how much judging yourself the way you all sometimes do has blocked your path to wholeness. But it is not only you, Keith. Most of the world lives in judgment. There are individuals who cast their judgment upon groups, groups who cast judgment upon other groups, groups who cast judgment upon individuals, individuals who cast judgment upon other individuals, and individuals who cast judgment upon themselves. In all of this judging, who is right? And I say, I wish I knew. Spirit continues, judging this and judging that. If I were a judgmental God, as many claim, I would judge you for your judging and do away with all of you. Then no one would be left to judge. Why do we judge ourselves? Why do we judge others so much? Is it so we can feel better about ourselves? Spirit says. But of course, there are many other reasons as well. Many judge because they feel they have to peg irresponsible behavior in other people as a way to stay detached from their folly. That makes sense, right? They're just basically calling a spade a spade. And then there is the big one. People who think that they must judge someone else's way of life on Spirit's behalf, as if they know who I would save and who I would toss away like yesterday's newspaper. I find it quite amusing when people assume that I share their opinions. If I were to use right and wrong as my means of judgment, I could find many reasons to preserve some of the so-called bad and discard some of the so-called good amongst you. Indeed, I could find enough reasons to discard the entire physical universe altogether and start all over again. Just one tap on my delete button, and that would be that. But what would be the point of such a judgmental approach? This is where Spirit and I's dialogue gets a little funny. Hello, Linda. Excuse me. I'm starting to feel comfortable in my dialogue with God in 96 versus I'm humbled and reverent to I'm still humble and reverent, but I'm going to have some fun. So we have this cute little ongoing banter. So Spirit says, for all this judging, just one tap on my delete button and that would be that. But what would be the point to such a judgmental approach? And I say, you're asking me? And Spirit says, yes, you. I say, why? And Spirit says, why not? And then I say, but I thought that you were the one with all the answers. Welcome to Center of Light, meaning. And so, ... Meaning, and so, it's an open-ended idea. If you think there's more, then there has to be more. Check this out. Spirit says, so Keith, what do you think would be the point of such a judgmental approach? And I say, you're asking me? And Spirit says, yes, you. And I say, why? Spirit says, why not? And I say, but I thought that you were the one with all the answers. Meaning, another belief. Keith, answers to what? How short your memory is. Earlier, I said that there are no questions. Now I say there are no answers. How can there be? Questions and answers are the same. Either both exist, or both do not. Listen to this. I live in the do not. You live in the do. And I say, you've got to be joking. Spirit says, now that you mentioned it, knock, knock. And I say, oh no, you're not going there. Oh well, I'll bite. Who's there? And Spirit says, nobody. And I say, what's your point? Perhaps, Keith, there is no point. And that's what makes the joke so humorous. Oh, I see what you mean. That's why you find it so amusing when people judge, because there is no point to it at all. And Spirit says, bingo. And you said you didn't want to play my game with me, Keith. And I said, oh, I do. I see that you have gained some enlightenment from my attempt at humor. So now you understand that if there is no knock knock, there can be no light bulb moment. And that is no joke. The point is to not take life so seriously, to let go and have a good time, to laugh even when the joke is on you like it is now. Only those who have no sense of humor have a hard time getting life's joke. That the meaning of life is the meaning that you give it. Get it? And I say, I got it. I mean that I think I've been got. Spirit continues, okay, as they say at rehearsal, one more time. Same joke, but this time, Keith, you start it. And I say, okay, knock, knock. And Spirit says, who's there? And I say, Keith. And it says, Keith who? And I said, confused? I say, darn, you got me again. Maybe, and until you get it, whenever that may be, I await your response to life's ultimate riddle. And I say, I think I've got one now. Spirit says, what? Chortling? You actually think you may have an answer? Ah, yet again, Keith, the joke is on you. The ultimate punchline is that there is no right response, none whatsoever. You must pay closer attention. As I have just said, life is the meaning that you give it. Could this be one of those times when you might decide to laugh at yourself? Okay, I give up. What does all this have to do with judgment? When you are not laughing, check yourself, because you just may be judging. We got a little sidetracked because I simply wanted to show you how you were judging where our conversation was going. How you thought that something was wrong and needed to be fixed. That is the ultimate human condition, conundrum, and quandary. Is that something needs to be fixed. There is nothing that can ever be fixed enough to allay your worries. Nothing. Nothing can be so batten down the hatches tight and erect that can allay your worries and your troubles on the sea of a stormy sea. Nothing. You have to become the sea so that in your own movement, you just know that it's you the one doing the movement. What is the meaning of life? Is there a meaning? Is it the ultimate meaning? And when you finally achieve the ultimate meaning of life, I want you to do yourself a favor and ask yourself the question. But I just got the answer to everything. Ask yourself the question. Could there be something more? And in the asking of the question, there's always something more. How do you get to the end of to find the actual, final, permanent, absolute meaning? What if the absolute permanent meaning is nothing means anything? What is this? Well, Keith, that's a flashlight. You sure? Yeah. Well, is it also possible that that's the meaning you gave to this thing you call a flashlight? I understand it. I understand that we call this a flashlight. That's the tool that it's most commonly used for. Have we truly, and I don't mean in the form of a concept that you go, oh, Keith, I get that. I'm talking about beyond getting that, to where you integrate it in such a way that you become a master craftsman. What is that? That's a flashlight. Of course it is. Have you ever considered this to be a weapon? This little thing right here is heavy. I'm not speaking about violence. I'm speaking about analogously how we judge this to be a flashlight, and this can only forever will be a flashlight. No, it's not. It could be a weapon. It could be a tool. It could be this and that. It could use as a wedge. Something's not tall enough and you need just a little bit. Whatever you want to do it. So is there truly a finite end process and end goal to what we would call the meaning of life? Even in the infinity of it all. Yes. Your life meant everything it meant to that point. When you go, oh my God, I've climaxed. I'm coming. I've reached my zenith. I've reached the pinnacle. I've reached the it of what I thought everything could be. Congratulations to me. And my God, you should be congratulated. Good for you. Ask yourself the question, whatever that is on any level of your existence. Now what? And so, etc. What is there? Is there something more? There has to be something more. But you have to be the anchor of light that is able to moor, M-O-O-R, look it up, it's a beautiful word. To be an anchor, you have to moor. You have to be the light. To anchor this no thing in you. So is the meaning of life nothing? There is no meaning to life. Robert Harrison, I've been missing you, bro. I sent you a couple of Facebook inbox messages. I'm upping my altar game, bro. Thank you. I got some nice looking torches coming in. Thank you. The meaning of life. There is no meaning. But I thought Jesus was the reason for the season. Jesus is always the reason for the season. So is Buddha. So is every beautiful moment you've ever had. Is that the true meaning of life? Well, that's the true meaning of your life up until that point, because you've only known yourself from here backwards to have all the possible meaning that you've ever experienced. So you found maybe 3 or 4 or 5 that represents the greatest meaning you've ever experienced to that point in your life. Congratulations. I'm so happy about that. I want to know your story. Now what? What else is there? And if you can ponder the idea that there must be something more, dear Lord, there must be something more. And it's always striving and wanting that something more. It doesn't mean because you're not satisfied. Actually, it does mean exactly that. I'm not satisfied with the mundane. I want the quality. I want the quantity of quality. It could be whatever it is. And believe it or not, that flashlight, that weapon, which this can be, means whatever you want it to mean. And we use all these things as stepping stones to hope that one day we get to ejaculate. I mean, that's a deliberate word. To have this epiphany, this glorious bang of this expansion as to why sexual and sensuality is so popular, important, so integral, so literally life-giving. Life comes from such things. But the euphoria and the meaning of how I mean this means all the same. Everything is the same on every level. As above, so below, on forever it will go. So the truth and the meaning that we're all seeking is that there is no higher truth, that there is no meaning. You are what you are, and that's all you get. But when you become everything, you get everything. And when you become nothing, you get everything. It's the same key that fits the door. I am everything. I got the key. Put it in, turn it, and you walk into the kingdom of nothing, because you can have anything in the kingdom at any time. That same key will open the door of nothing. The door of nothing. And when you open it, you get everything. It's the same thing. So what is the meaning of life? that there is no meaning. That's the conundrum. That's the paradox. The meaning is there is no meaning. So which one is it? Is it there is no meaning, or is there? That's exactly what I'm saying. So which one is it? Is it that there is a meaning, or there is no meaning? Exactly. You're right. You're right twice. It's always the third something. It's always the what else. What is that? I'm asking you, please. I don't know it either. Explain it to me. What is it? What is that thing that lies behind these two things as my two only choices? I can have this or I can have that. It's just something else. Many of us don't know what that something else is. Some of us have touched it. Some of us has kissed it on its face. I'm still waiting to kiss me back. I've got a couple of sugars on my cheek, but I want a big old tongue kiss. See what I'm saying? And I realize the only way, at least for me, that hello, Joey Keller. It's been forever, bro. Joey Keller and I were in the same school band at South Terrebonne High School from, oh my God, 76, 77 to 81. Joey, if I'm not mistaken, you play trumpet. No, that's not Joey. I said, hang on, let me see. No, that's not the same Joey. I don't have my glasses. But hello, Joey Ice Keller. How are you? Blessings. So, the meaning of life. I want to take you on a roller coaster ride. Jesus, what a beautiful meaning of life. Your beautiful grandmother who died many years ago, who you miss dearly. You can still smell her today because she loved lilac and violets. And she had her beautiful, baby, come over here and sit on your GG chairs, kind of grandmother. You know what I'm saying? That's all beautiful stuff. Doesn't make it any less important. But there's something else. What is that something else that gives rise to those beautiful fragments we know as Christ, grandmother, my son, my daughter, my beautiful house, my beautiful job? It's not that you're ungrateful because you're asking for more. Remember, if there's something more, then there has to be something more. If you ask the question of yourself again, could there be something more? Then there's something more. The question becomes, in your wanting something more, do you feel selfish and ungrateful of reaching for what you deserve, which is actually more? That's it. There's nothing else. It's always a constant reflection of you saying, how do you feel about yourself, and do you feel worthy enough to get everything by wanting nothing? You will get everything by wanting nothing. So there is a master class always happening. And you will get either a master pass or a master ass whipping by life. And you're the one always doing the administering of it in grace or in self-inflicted strife. Life has no meaning. Life is not waiting on you. It wants nothing from you. In fact, it's saying, I am the current. I have a job to do, and I'm going to do it because I'm aligned, I'm congruent with Divine Parent, the river of life. It's not going to stop moving. It's not going to stop grooving. It's going to ask you, and it may slow down a little bit when it's karmically okay for it to slow down. The river will never slow down when it's karmically not okay. In fact, the river can't slow down. The river will continue to gush. But if there's any grace by God in your spiritual bank account ready for you to receive, you have to want that grace. No one's going to just put the money in your pocket. As soon as someone tries to put their hand in your pocket to give you money, you go, hey, what you doing back there? Mistrust. Are you relaxed enough to allow something to fall into your lap, into your consciousness, into your mind, into your heart, on your lips, into your pocket? That's the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to get out of everything. Because what we know as life is truly dead. Hello, quarantine. In fact, I don't miss it at all. I am so, quote, used to being in this place, in this space, hanging out with you in this grace. I just love it. I don't miss it at all. So what I knew as life, before a few days before I moved into this new apartment, that's gone. That was the meaning of life for me. the life that I knew. And it's been completely removed. So it became truly a moment for me. What is the meaning? Center of light meaning. And so now what? What's next? And as I sit in this question, this beautiful, it's really not a question. It sounds like a question. We call it a question because it has meaning to us to call it a question. We call such things questions because it means something to me. It meaning that every time I pose a question, I expect an answer to come. So I have meaning in my asking, in my beseeching, in my suppening, is that the word? It's not that either. Question and answer are not separate from each other. In fact, God lives in the do not. We live in the do. So now, what we are do is something greater than we always known as me and or you. What is the meaning of life? There is no meaning. Well, Keith, you don't understand. I totally understand that you don't understand. I've gotten beyond that. I have things in my life that mean something to me, but I always find myself erect in my va. Ya, heart, God, will, power, fire. Na, mind, clear discernment, reason. Understanding, intelligence, true intelligence. I don't mean folly. I don't mean a monkey-headed nonsense. Va, I don't care if I'm laying down in my bed. I can still have an erect backbone. I'm congruent with all that is the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the soul. Fire, Yah, and even though fire is up here, God is up here, but it's in your heart. Ironically, the highest point of you happens to be below the mind. That's an illusion. It's actually this way. So Yah, the heart, Na, the mind, at the right hand of the Father. The Father, the Son, is the Na, the mind. The one that is no different from the father, nor the brother or the sister, which is you and me, but just so happens to be the clear one. The one that is clear, minded, that would be called the Christ. It's a triangle. Ya, na, va. And va is the backbone. And without any one of these, this cyclical nature, not only of you and of me, but everything that has always ever been. You want to find the meaning in life? That's the meaning of life. That there is no meaning and that everything is always cyclical. Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction and creation. Destruction. What happens out of destruction? People always rebuild. And even though their world has been torn asunder, lightning struck the entire family, the entire village. There's an eagerness, there's a sadness, a grief, and a loss. And what has died, and what everyone thought was their meaning as to why Shiva came and said, sorry, I got to turn the village upside down. Something beautiful is coming up. But you have to be the one to ask the question. Is there something more? Then there must be something more. These are not just words for you to take in and go, I get that. Oh, that's cool. I get it. And if you just get that, that's cool. I get that you just get. That's cool. I'm asking you to really look at this very naked. In fact, take your clothes off. It's an intention. Look at this presentation, or at least this segment, with your clothes off. To go, I am making myself vulnerable. I'm peeling my skin open. If you feel uncomfortable already, exactly. I feel uncomfortable following you as a teacher and telling me to take my clothes off to watch you talk to me. Exactly. It has nothing to do with that bullshit nonsense at all. It's what it really has to do with that I brought something to your awareness that made you uncomfortable as to why you're questioning a possibility for your own liberation. So it really has nothing to do with any of that anyway. But it did work. It did trigger you, didn't it? So that points to all of us when we are triggered in such a way in our innocence that we could be so bothered by something that truly means nothing. It means nothing except the meaning we give it. Hello, Melinda Lane. Hello, Christine. Melinda says my clothes are off. That's fantastic. Perfect example. This is not to trivialize someone invading your space. But also hear this. Invading space can mean, from a victim standpoint. Not that it does mean that, but some people see what someone is doing naturally, just being themselves, as an invasion of space, and I'm a victim because you're invading my space. I get it. And some people can say, it's okay, life is beautiful, and I'm a happy individual. You can't affect me. So which one is the true meaning? The invading of the space, or the elating of the grace being allowed to the other person? I read this most beautiful post the other day, yesterday. It said, let me see if I can get this up. It makes this point. Hello, Panworth. Forgiveness is the fragrance from the violet on the heel that crushed it. Forgiveness is the fragrance of the violet on the heel that crushed it. That place, someone walks on your foot, I get it. It hurts. Sometimes we get a little grumbly. No right or wrong of it. We're just grumbling. But forgiveness is the fragrance of the violet on the heel that crushed it. So we automatically ascended to another level of meaning. And when we finally admit to ourselves, oh my God, I've been struggling for years and I found something beautiful. You deserve your accolade, your reward. Bask in it. Show it off. Put it on everybody's nose. Look what I just did. Kind of thing. Don't go overboard. It's all about the metaphorical point. Could there be something more? There's always something more. Do you want that more-ish? What's the English word? The English term when you got some good food and you want more. I'm more-ish. It's the something else. It's not this one, and it's not that one. It's that one. It's the one in the middle. It's the one in the middle. You are the middle one. You're it. You hear those drums? It's simple. It has no agenda except to bring you further into the meaning of no meaning. The gleaning of no gleaning. Do you feel that's something else? All right, so let me give you this. Here's the music. Listen to the music. Follow to the music. Do this with me. Right? So now you're in the music. You can call that meaning. I love music. It means something to me. All right? So you've experienced meaning as you know to be, which is the music. So now that you've fell into the dynamic of the music, now what I want you to do is step back and find a new meaning for the drums, which is that which is between the drums, which is representing no meaning. Let the drums be, and then you step into the empty space. Check this out. You're not moving to the drums. You're the one listening to the drums move. Be that person, that entity for a minute. Listen to that. Just be the observer that there are drums playing. So at first, you were moving with the drums. It meant something to you. It moved you. And then you step back to no meaning. and watch the drums do the moving. That's 2. Here's the third something. In the stepping back from the drums, first the drums were moving and you were moving with them. Then you step back and watch the drums move. That's 2. The third is you as the one who is now removed. I don't mean detachment. I mean from the nonsense, the nothing of it all. Now you as the conductor of your life, of the drums moving, and being the observer of the empty space, become, or already are, but you become the resolution of the Trinity. The third component, which is, in my non-attachment, in my non-judgment of calling these drums in the first place, all I know is there's a sound current moving. In that space, you become the third component. It can actually influence the reality. I'm not just moving because of the drums, because I love music. So in such a way, you're actually a slave. And it's in a beautiful way. I'm a slave to the music. I can't help but move it. It moves me. My masters crack the whip, and I can't help but move it. And the awakening says, I see the something happening versus being influenced by it. The third component is you. The Holy Trinity in its fullness completed within you. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Yah-na-va. Which is, I'm so withdrawn from the equation, I am at the level of my divine parent, for I'm a child of God. And because of my love for a something, because it simply means something to me that I've extrapolated from the sea of no meaning. And the sea of no meaning is every possible meaning that could ever possibly exist. I live in a sea of no meaning. Because in this sea of no meaning is everything that can mean anything. So the overall sea umbrella is, there's no meaning. Come just pick which one you want. And we always, every day, we pick the ones we want. And we assign people roles. Hello, John Doe. Nice to meet you. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a chef. Oh, my God. I think this guy's going to give me some discounts when I go to his culinary chef restaurant. So forth and so on. The music. Listening to the music. The music moving you. You watching and listening and participating in the music being moved. And then you become a musician. Then you're one creating the music. What is the meaning of life? What do you want? There is no meaning. Well, isn't Jesus the reason for this season? Of course he is. So is your deceased grandmother, who you missed beautifully. So is this job that you love very much. It's all meaning. But what is the ultimate meaning? That's the question. My ultimate meaning doesn't mean squat to you and vice versa. So you can never tell me what the ultimate meaning is, nor can I you. All I can do, and all you can do, all we can do is share with our brothers and or sisters what bridge we crossed, what desktop shortcut icons I've clicked. Hey Keith, I got this program yesterday on YouTube, on Google. It's free. Download it. So you go into meditation, Google, which is infinity, and you get googly-eyed when you download this program so you can upgrade your execution. And you fall into this process of rebooting yourself constantly into new experiences, constantly new experiences. Hello, Dagny. Hello, Elaine. Teresa. Joe Schruger. So, center of light meaning. And so, what is there? Is there anything at all? Is there anything more important than the other? There isn't. There might be called priorities in your human scape. Or escape, or landscape, or divinescape, or spiritual, or sleepscape. There's no escape from this truth. What is the meaning of life? Is there something that means more than the other? Or there are many meanings? And does one have more precedence over the other? Is there no meaning at all? And if there is no meaning at all, that would be the meaning of life. So what is that lives beyond the meaning of no meaning? If you think there's something more, there's always something more. So I understand that the meaning of life could be that there's no meaning. Now the question becomes something else entirely. If the meaning of life is there is no meaning, and you understand that, good for you. There is another level, and you're so freaking close to it. If the meaning of life is that there is no meaning except the one you give it, the next level of your divine infinite journey to absolutely nowhere is there has to be something more. Because I find myself in a place between this and that. So who is this person in the place of this or that? So are you going to live forever to infinity just in that spot? Or is something one day going to expand and you're going to grow to go, well, I've been doing this for 1,000 years. When I thought this was the meaning, and I realized that the no meaning was the meaning, am I just going to sit here and the game is over? The game is not over, my friend. The game has just started. Welcome to the game of life. Milton Bradley. I'm going to be right back and take a short pause. Center of life meaning. And so, now what? Is there something next? There has to be. Check this beautiful image out. There is no meaning. Life is constantly folding within itself. Infinitely. 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 This is called the torus.
I will be with you always, until the end of time. You will never be alone. I am.
I feel you there beside me. All of my life, all through my days, I've seen places far away. Wondering just where, time and again, I have come to know you. Wondering just where, time and again, you are there beside me. When I create, when I feel love, whenever I feel you with me, I celebrate times of my life. There is only you and me. Help me know that.
It is my will that you know me. I will not hide my love from you. You create your reality, and every moment by your own perceptions, your judgments, actions. Peace is a state of mind. Bliss is a state of heart. Heaven is a state of being.
Deep in my heart, I know you're there. I can always feel you guiding my life to see the light that will lead me to the truth. When I create, when I feel love, whenever I feel you with me, I celebrate times of my life. There is
Welcome back to Center of Light. Lavender Soul CDs are now on sale for $5 plus shipping. $5 plus shipping. My new recording gear is coming in. I'm going to start recording real soon. I got most of it. Some of it's over here. Some of it's over here. But I'm going to start recording a new album, Lavender Soul, as well as my own personal work. And my son will be included. And tomorrow, 3 or 4 hours, is going to be his 15th birthday. Tonight we're speaking about Center of Light meaning. And so, right now, and so what means everything to me is my time with you. And my son's 15th birthday tomorrow. Monumental spot. 13, I guess it depends on what it means to anyone. 15, for anyone, 15 definitely. 16th birthday is always good. 17th is good. 18th. And then 21. 19 and 20 kind of get skipped over, right? And then we start not looking forward to 30 and 40 and 50 and 60. Let me put some background music on, which is this beautiful. Oh my God. As you lovingly hear my neighbors stomp on the floor. Thank you for joining me. Center of Light meaning. And so, if you think there's something more, even in your beautiful lifescape, that you've reached a wonderful plateau, congratulate yourself. Bask in it. Brag about it. Yeah, I said that. Brag about it. Have everybody smell your stank. Your juicy stank to someone else may be just stank. But to you, it smells like fragrance. Again, forgiveness is the fragrance on the heel that walked on it. Forgiveness is the fragrance of a violet that was walked upon. So when I say all this analogous, these semantics, is that there's always something else. Not only even in your misery. Of course, you know there's something else in your misery. You just can't get beyond the miserable. As to why people get so boogered and bothered. It's obvious. But when we think we're truly living in the garden of bliss, that there's not something else, there's always something else. So what you do is don't shoot, listen to me very carefully. Don't shoot for the moon, and if you miss it, you hit the stars. That's horse shit. That's not enough for me. Shoot for the stars. Okay, because if you shoot for the stars, you will definitely hit the moon, period. It's fact. The meaning is that there is no meaning at all. Well, Keith, you don't understand. I understand that you don't understand. But I do understand that even in my own illusion and even in my own sleep, there's always something more. And in postulating that there's always something more opens up the door even wider. I live these truths, principles, motifs, models, modalities every day to the level that it means something to me. So maybe I could be there tomorrow, though there's no hurry. Maybe it doesn't mean all of it yet to me because I'm still enjoying simply being human, touching myself. Touching myself meaning touching myself, learning that which touches me. And I choose to give it a meaning. The first thing that just popped into my head is my bro Link Newman. I don't know why. I don't have to know why. I just know that when I said that, it came to my heart. I love Link. He's got a beautiful family. He efforts every day. Or learns to not effort. in every way. I want to acknowledge him. Like everyone. Everyone wants to be recognized. Everyone wants to be recognized. Except those who are so beyond recognition, literally, they become invisible to go into the cave to never be seen again, to become invincible. That is called from slave to brave. In the cave of Samadhi, once you become so unified with God that everything I thought meant something means squat. What is the cave of Samadhi? Samadhi means union with God. So if I'm going to go into a cave for however long it takes, if it takes 1,000 years, I better get stepping. I want to be with me some God, some baby Jesus. Or whatever it looks like for you, whatever means something for you, I better get stepping. The cave of Samadhi is this place that lives in all of us. The wanting, the yearning, the churning, the burning, the turning of something that is beyond what we call meaning. Because as long as we identify, title, and or label what we think means anything, we negate the something else. What else? What's next? And so on, etc. Infinity. I'm sorry, but I'm not. You will never get there. You will never get to your destination. Have you ever heard a spiritual teacher tell you that? You will never. Hello, Sandy. No matter who you are, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Hindi, you will never get there. You will never get there. Never. You might as well give up. Sorry. We don't want to tell you. You will never get there. Because if you're trying to get to a there, you will never get there. Because the there you're trying to get is right here and right now. There is nothing else. There is nothing else. And until you get right here, right now, you will never get where you're trying to go. There is nothing else. It's it. The game is over. The game has been over since the creation, since the fall from grace. It's done. It's completely done. You can cry to your mom. You can go tell your preacher. You can tell your teacher. You can do what you want. Guess what? No matter how much you lament, they can't do anything about it either. It's done. The path has already been paved. It's only for the brave to move out of the slave mentality. And moving, what does that mean, to move out of slave mentality? Keith, that sounds so derogatory. Okay, if that's what you choose, because it means something to you to take that on. But that's not what is intended at all. What it means is slave mentality is, I'm looking for meaning. I'm looking for gleaning. I'm looking for seeing. I'm trying to see something that has a meaning to me as to why I'm trying to target a something so I can feel better about myself and have a path towards moving to. That is the greatest illusion trying to prove itself to you. That you're actually trying to prove yourself to it rather. If you can't be joyful, blissful, erotic, ecstatic in yourself right here, right now, and you're looking for it somewhere in your future timeline, you will be waiting for a very long time. So what happens in this declaration, this understanding, is there's a something beyond the this and the that. And that this is you. And in such a simple realization, a person could shift into the deepest possible meaning that means anything at all, if meaning has a meaning at all. You will always be where you are. That's the meaning of it. It doesn't mean anything else. You will always be where you are. I'm just here. Okay, that's where you are. And no place is less nor more beautiful than anyone else's journey. It isn't. It's just what a person ongoingly continues to choose, until a person ongoingly continues to choose something else. Is there more? There has to be. How can there not be? It's always something more. Look up the word and the definition in Webster's, the definition of more. Not only M-O-R-E, look that up as well. Look it up. Not just words of intellect and people feel the definition of the word more, M-O-R-E, and then liken that to the synonym of the word more, M-O-O-R, more. When you want more, M-O-R-E, you have to be an anchor that M-O-O-R's, mores, themselves into a state of being planted. And then it becomes granted. And shan't it never be any other way than you want it ever again in your life. What is the meaning of life? Dear Lord, I need to tell you, if you keep asking yourself that question and try to pursue that to the ends of it all, there will never be an end to you finding the all of it. You have to accept, love yourself right here and right now, to know that you are so beyond, you're not only powerful, you are so beyond powerful that you can't even grasp it. Are you not creating your own world? More so. Is there more? Well, then there has to be something more. Are you not creating your own universe by your construct? Your matrix, what you think, what you don't think, what you could think, what you should think, this, that, the other. There's always something other. Most people think there's a this and a that, but there's always something else. That always something else, I am here to tell you, as your a spiritual teacher, it's called God. This is my choice. That is my choice. That something else is called the Holy Trinity. And it's here to rectify the imbalance between the yin and yang, the male and the female, the this and the that. And that thing is the this of it all. It's the big and the small, the short and the tall. The love, believe it or not, and or the brawl. It's the quiet space between all of that. That truly is what you are. The meaning of life. If there was ever a meaning of life, what is the ultimate meaning of life? I will give it to you. The ultimate meaning of life was, is, and forever will be the meaning of you. There is nothing else. You are loved beyond measure.